head into Week 7 of the NFL season on the End Zone presented by TiVo. Alongside Ian Eagle, I'm Jason Horowitz with you in New York. Randy Cross with us in Atlanta. We're on CBSSports.com and on your TiVo DVR via TiVo Cast. And as we do with the first segment every week, it's the matchup of the week. And this week, it is the Monday Nighter, Indianapolis and Jacksonville. Obviously, the Colts undefeated, one of two remaining undefeated teams. Jacksonville has won 4 straight, but of those wins, none against a team with a winning record, so nobody really taking the Jaguars seriously on a national level yet.
Yeah, Jaguars are definitely going under the radar right now, but they've traditionally played Indianapolis very tough, so I think that's why this matchup has a bit of anticipation behind it. For Indy, they just go about their business. New England is getting all the headlines, and rightfully so. The Patriots have played better than anybody else in the NFL. But meanwhile, the Colts are the defending Super Bowl champions. They're also undefeated. They have only 3 turnovers this season on offense. That's the lowest in the National Football League. And Randy, Indianapolis is more than happy to just go about their business and get win after win after win and make their statement when it counts come postseason.
Well, the great thing about the Colts, too, guys, is if you look at them, they can win however you want to play. You want to go wide open, spread the field, let's see who can score the most points. They'll do that. You want to play, let's see who can win 13-10 in a tight battle where we're all patient, we're moving the ball quietly down the field. They'll play that one with you, too. And Jacksonville gets yet again, and it seems every year for the last several years they've gotten this chance to kind of step into the next group of teams, and they've kind of fallen back. So the biggest challenge for Jack Del Rio's team will be taking that step, and maybe this time with a consistent quarterback like David Garrard at the controls, with a defense that's finally sort of starting to play like people expect them to play, they'll make that step.
And last year we remember a lot of rushing yards for Jacksonville, and they came down there to say the least, well over 350 yards against the Colts on the ground. And but that was a Colts defense that was giving up rushing yards left and right. This is a little bit different. This team has won with offense, but with defense as well. This is a completely different Colts team that, at least defensively, than we saw last year.
Well, I think the difference also when you talk to the Colts, you sit down and chat with them, it was always based on offense and offense only. And now, finally, the defensive players have something to be proud of. Bob Sanders has given them an identity, and I do think there's been a domino effect on that defense. They take pride in their defense. Gary Brackett is a proud individual, a linebacker that makes plays. He doesn't look the part, Randy, as you know. You meet him in person, you say, that's the guy? That's Gary Brackett? That's their middle linebacker? Yeah. But he gets the job done week in and week out.
You know, I'm kind of going in the other direction when I look at this game. I think it's a given that Jacksonville will struggle a bit running the ball against Indianapolis, given the crowd and everything else. I think David Garrard and that offense are going to have to throw the ball. And to me, the biggest hole or the biggest zero in this whole thing as far as rating things are the receivers of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Definitely.
Can they step up in a big spot? Can they actually hold on to the ball? Can they play like they were drafted? I mean, those questions are still out there on the Jags.
The guy that's playing the best is one that wasn't drafted by the Jaguars, and that's Dennis Northcutt. He's becoming David Garrard's go-to receiver. It's not Reggie Williams. It's not the tight end Mercedes Lewis. It's not Matt Jones, of the first-round picks that Randy was talking about. It's funny, though, that you said that, though, Randy, that they may have to throw the football to beat this Colts team, because doesn't that play in to Indianapolis' hand by the fact that if you throw the ball, you're going to have to give the Colts offense the ball back a lot more than if you had to run the ball?
I just think that's a chance you have to take. It's not totally dissimilar from, the uproar earlier this week about Wade Phillips making the comments that, well, we went in trying to stop the run and figuring we'll make Tom Brady beat us passing. You've got to assume if you're Jacksonville, they are loading up on your run, and you better be able to execute the pass or you won't be able to move the ball.
One last point for me in regards to David Garrard. They have asked him to manage this offense. He has 4 consecutive games of a 100-plus passer rating. He's not making mistakes. But in this game, not making mistakes isn't going to be good enough. He's got to go out and make some plays on offense if they're going to beat a team like the Indianapolis Colts. Yeah. Not making mistakes has worked for other opponents, not here.
Not making mistakes has also given them 0 interceptions on the season. He's the only starting quarterback so far to do that, which has been very key. Last week, Randy referenced Tom Brady. We all picked New England. We all get the victory there. Let's see how we do here. You go first.
Tough matchup. I think Indianapolis certainly recognizes that Jacksonville is a threat within their division. With that said, I think you see the Colts A game this week. Close game. Indianapolis ekes it out. Late field goal, late touchdown to get the win.
And that would, of course, would be Adam Vinatieri, who is with the Colts for the second year. Randy, who do you like?
Well, I think a much improved division in the AFC South gets a lot tighter. I think Jacksonville wins this game and finally gets that kind of marquee win that the franchise so badly needs to keep football in Jacksonville.
You know what? I like history, and as Ian well knows, I like numbers and statistics. And the Colts are trying to become just the third team in NFL history to go 3 straight years to start the season 6-0. I think they do it. I think they go down there. It's very businesslike. They get Joseph Adai back. They get Marvin Harrison back. They're off a bye. They play well off a bye historically. I like the Colts in this one. We will see how that plays out. Plenty more of the End Zone presented by TiVo coming up on CBSSports.com and on your TiVo DVR via TiVo Cast. All kinds of very interesting discussions still to come here as we head into Week 7. Stay with us.